Is Pokopia the most content-rich Pokemon game? Let's talk about it.
Bros and badges, gotta collect them all.
What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another Bros and Badges mini podcast. Today, we are going to discuss whether Pokopia is the most content-rich Pokemon game. That's right, we are now in a post-Pokemon Champions world, where nobody is really talking about Pokopia, at least not as much as they were. And we just kind of wanted to shine a spotlight and maybe discuss whether or not Pokopia was worth all the hype. And now that we're far enough away from release, just how much content have we been able to live off of from that initial launch? So I'm here today, as always, with Zach. We are both Pokopia lovers. We definitely weren't quick to the take on it. We had to kind of grow into it, but I think we now both stand here as firm Pokopia fans, and that's kind of why we wanted to do this video today, because Pokopia just kind of deserves some more love. So Zach, what are your thoughts? Do you think that Pokopia is as content rich as other people say?
Yes. The video's done. It's content rich. We're done. That's all we need to say. We can peace out now. That's it. You guys, yes, it's the most content rich Pokemon game. Woo! We did it. We did it. That's it. That's the whole video. No, but seriously, honestly, I think it is. I think it is the most content rich Pokemon game in a very, very long time. If not period. I mean, it's kind of just startling how much content is in this game. I made a whole skit video about how Pokopia was ruining my life. It took away my girlfriend. I lost my job because I was putting so much time into the game, which is really funny because it actually made my actual girlfriend mad. She was like, "Why did you break up with me in the video?" I was like, it wasn't actually breaking up with you. It was a joke. It's a stupid skit. I didn't lose my job. Anyway, but it was just that kind of thought of like, man, if I really like just went as hard into this game as I want to go, like that could be a situation, you know, because it takes so much time. There's so much time you could put into the game, but it is an absolute blast. It's content rich. It like plays well. It looks really good, which is funny because from the trailers, I didn't think it like had the best art style, if I'm being honest. But once you actually get the game in your hands and you're playing it, you're like, this thing looks gorgeous. Like it's so pretty. It's so fun to explore. There's not like graphical hiccups, all that good stuff that you have in like every other Pokemon game. It was the complete opposite of Champions. It came out and people were like, wait, this is like a fully complete game. Like I could play this game for years and not be done. And like to the point where people are like, I don't even need DLC. Like there's so much in this game. Whereas like with every other Pokemon game, you're like, okay, where's the next thing? You know, like, oh, well, here's $30 DLC on launch for Pokemon Legends ZA. You know what I'm saying? Like there's just all these games that are just like, don't feel content complete. None of that is the case with Pokopia. The game is so content rich, so much to do, so much to see. There's so many Pokemon. It's startling how many Pokemon you can get, and just the way that the system is that you get Pokemon, where you have to like get them through habitats, build habitats for them. It feels like there is a ton of Pokemon. There's so many Pokemon I still don't have in the game. My friend Sierra, she watches our channel a lot, by the way. She's like our only real fan. But she was showing me her like Pokemon, like her world, basically, all of her towns and stuff. Like she's built them out. She's got like legendaries that I didn't even know were in the game. And I was like, this is crazy, man. Like there's so much to it. And then she's like, let me see your towns. I was like, you're not looking at my town. It looks like crap compared to yours.
Everybody lives in a bush.
Literally, they all live in a bush because I'm trying to complete the story, you know, yada yada. Which I'm still not even done with the story. So you can call me a fake Pokopia fan, but like I'm just gonna say there's like a tower. There's a tower that I'm trying to complete. I've built some important things, but there is like a tower. Honestly, it's the tower at the beginning of the game, like at the very beginning of the game. Like that's a tower that's like important to the completion of the game, and I'm still stuck on that. I've done pretty much everything else I need to do, but I'm stuck on that tower. Anyway, Joe, what do you think? What do you think about the content completeness of this game? Because I think it is startling, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, we talk about this game sometimes off of the channel, and I think I pretty much align completely with you. The game is startling with how much that they give. And I think in one of our earliest videos on the channel, I said something that really just continues to ring true when it comes to the conversation of this game, and it's that they did not let any ideas go to the wayside, right? There is no sequel baiting here. Everything that you think you could do in this game, you can do and more. The developers of the game just really went, we love Pokemon, right? As an IP in general, you can tell. But not just that, how do we take the fun of catching them all and put it into a really cozy life sim, right? Because at the end of the day, I think this gets compared to something like Minecraft and rightfully so Dragon Quest Builders, considering the developers worked on that as well. But it's not really a survival game. It is quite literally a cozy kind of town building sim with the added gameplay mechanic of catching Pokemon. And as that said, the way you do it is so unique to the game of building their habitats, but you are still filling your Pokédex. So I think the beauty of this game is that they literally were just like, how do we make the coziest version of Pokemon? That was their baseline. And then from there, they just added as much as possible. I have on my Instagram a selection of people's builds that they have done in this game, and some of these are just the most magnificent things I've seen in any game ever. Someone made a whole cyberpunk city underground. I mean, it's really just incredible that they said, here are all the tools. We want to just see what you do as a community. And I think that's what made this game so special, is that it really brought the community together, because it is a game where we all start in the same place, but due to the amount of content, our final builds look very different. You have some people like Sierra, who apparently has, you know, a bunch of towns all set up and pretty. And then you have people like Zach and I, who, again, live in bushes. But, you know, we're still making our way.
And I've still put over 100 hours into the game, or, you know, or at least it feels like that. Exactly. I don't know if that's my exact count. I've put so much time into the game, and I'm like, my town still looks terrible. Like, well, what am I doing wrong? Anyway.
Yeah, I just think, and I think that speaks to just how much content there is like, you can't sit down and just run through this game, right? And no matter which way you look at it, you're either focusing on the story, you're focusing on your builds, you're focusing on getting as many Pokemon as possible, but you can't do all three in a time that isn't absurd, right? There are tons of people who poured hundreds of hours into this game already since release. Hundreds. And Zach and I are probably on the lower end of a lot of those. And I guarantee we still got enough game to warrant the price alone. And I think that's really what makes the game so like interesting when it comes to the talk of how content rich it is that initially when the game was announced, and especially for the price that it was hard to kind of parse why they would price this game, especially knowing that it's like a side Pokemon project. A lot of these spin-offs, like, often, while fun and like varied enough from the original series, don't really require like AAA prices. This game, honestly, and I'm not just being a Pokemon shill here, is so worth the amount that it's made every other game I've played this year so far just seem like they were missing content. And we even had a conversation in one of our videos, an older podcast, if you haven't watched it, you should check it out, where we put Resident Evil Requiem against Pokopia, and I took the hard stance that Requiem was a better game, and I still stand by that. But what's really funny is when you put them side by side, you see that, like, Pokopia not only comes with the quality, it comes with an absurd amount of content. And I think that that's just really what makes it stand out amongst other Pokemon games. Every other Pokemon game, I feel like there's a huge conversation of like, oh, well, I wish this one had like a battle tower, or I wish that this one had a better post game, or, you know, something, right? With Pokopia, I'm literally like, that's enough. It's enough. It's too much. You're giving me too much.
Too much.
When I learned that you could have an electrical grid, I remember seeing people have underground electrical grids and subway stations. How are we doing this? Like, what are we actually doing? I mean, I think the game speaks for itself. You know, I think that's what it is. The game is just insane. If you have not played it, it's really impossible, because if you see gameplay of it, you're just like, wow, this is a cute looking spin-off game. The story is like filled with mystery. The game has systems up the wazoo. I mean, even the Ditto transformations are so thought out and change the way you traverse the world in such fun and interesting ways. Pretty much everything you could do in a Pokemon game, you could do in this game and more. The only thing that I would really knock it down for me is there was no like action stuff in it, right? Like you're not fighting mobs, but even then, like that's only something that you could pry out of me if you're like, give me a negative for Pokopia. I have to really dig deep and be like, yeah, I kind of wish there was combat. But when you're playing the game, and Zach, tell me if I'm wrong here, when you're playing the game, you don't really feel that. You don't miss something like combat because, again, the systems are so well thought out that it just feels complete. And I think that's, kind of why we wanted to make this video is it's just what are the notes you could give to this game? Like, let's even play that hypothetical. Zach, what would you even want if they were to do like a Pokopia 2? I mean, they did so much that I couldn't even imagine.
I am one of those players that as soon as I see like, okay, I'm crafting, I'm collecting, I'm building out my town, I'm always one of those people that's like, what else? You know what I'm saying? Like for me, that doesn't on paper sound like enough. But like you just said, Pokopia does such a good job of like you think that's going to be the case. And then as soon as you're actually playing the game, it's weird that like that thought disappears and you're just like, oh, well, actually, I do want to go get this item. I do want to like go explore. I do want to build another habitat. I do want to get another Pokemon. I do want to, finish Professor Tangrowth's research. I do want to build the next Pokemon Center. I do want to build a habitat or I like a house now so that my Pokemon can graduate from a bush to a house. Like there's always just like, there's always that one more step that the game gives you. Yeah. And like, that is such an important thing in a game like this. They perfectly do the one more step. And like when I'm playing it, I'm always like, oh, well, I could just do that real quick. Actually, I'll do that real quick too. Oh, the SSN is out there in the water. Yeah. I'll go explore that, like whatever it be. And it's just like, there's always one more thing. Like, oh, I got a new transformation. That's so sick. Oh, this Pokemon wants to play hide and seek with me. I'm not going to tell him no, like that's very much the energy of the game. There's always one more thing. If there's any little like side battle mode that they could add, that is the only thing that I think could make the game a little better for me personally. But there's a bunch of people that wouldn't even want that. So like, again, it's not necessary. The game is content complete otherwise. That's what I would add. Would you add anything, Joe?
Yeah, I think actually I would do more of those little side contents. Just like I know like initially the first one that I was introduced to, and I think probably everybody was the jump rope. Bulbasaur just being like, hey, you wanna jump rope for a bit? I thought that was really cool. And I will say that that's probably the only thing that going in I expected a little more of. I thought maybe that there would be more games similar to that. I would even love to see like a fishing mini game or
that'd be so
or
cool.
Something like and it doesn't have to be like, oh, see what Pokemon you fish up, like the main series. It could be like a joke mini game of like you're just catching Magikarps and you're just trying to get like the biggest one,
as
right?
many of them
like whatever,
as possible,
something.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Something like that, like fun little mindless games. I think when it comes to cozy games, what I really tend to love is games inside of games, right? There was a cozy game that I was playing a long time ago. Unfortunately, I don't remember the name, so that kind of sucks. But it was very similar to like a Stardew Valley, something like that. I think it was like Little Root or something. Well, I don't know. We'll double check. But they had a whole like intricate card game system in the game, and you could like battle anybody in like any NPC. You go up to them and be like, hey, have this card battle with me. And it had nothing to do. It was a farming sim. Literally, it was like a town building farming sim. I would love something like that. So even like the battles that you said where you could bring a Pokemon and maybe do like a little sparring match that's reminiscent of like the old games and like a simple battle system. I would even love if like they worked in like a kind of lesser version of the TCG, right? Like just have like they find like a pack of Pokemon cards and you like build your deck with like cards you find around the world. Like I think that would be super fun. But again, those are just side modes. And I think the fact that we're even like lamenting about extra games inside the game is so it's just so revealing to just how, again, content complete the game is, because nothing that they did, we want more. Like everything that they set out to do, they did so well that we're not even criticizing that. We're like, well, maybe we should add this. Like we're just adding stuff to the game. And I think that just, again, speaks in volumes to how content complete the game is. But that's kind of our thoughts on it. Let us know in the comment section below. Are you guys still playing Pokopia? How many hours in are you? What's your favorite builds that you've seen or done? And also add to the conversation. What would you like to see added in future DLC or maybe even a Pokopia 2? I think there's a huge chance that we get something like that just because of how well this game did. But yeah, we just want to have a conversation. We want to show Pokopia some love, especially since Pokemon Champions seemingly took the rug out from underneath it for at least majority of the Pokemon fans. But those are kind of our thoughts, and we want to hear yours. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed another daily podcast from the Bros and the Badges. We are Joe and Zach, and we will see you tomorrow.